When guys fight me, they have to be perfect for 12 rounds. I only have to be perfect for 2 seconds because of what I'm blessed with, and it's crazy.
Athleticism, ring IQ, and a one-of-a-kind style.
He just turned the lights out!
3 recollections from former opponents that explain Deontay Wilder's ongoing success.
That is a statement!
And also, 3 qualities that stray from the one all-too-obvious answer.
This crowd ready to erupt like a volcano!
Now, with 42 professional fights, 40 ending by knockout,
What a shot!
and yet to taste defeat as a professional, there is clear reason beyond power that Deontay Wilder stands firm in the race for heavyweight supremacy.
Well, there's a great shot and he goes down!
And after ending his last rematch viciously inside the first round, he plans the same, if not worse, for the first man to put his unbeaten record at risk. 18 months on from that night at the Barclays Center, we see another potential banana skin. As the WBC champion steps in against the current boogeyman of boxing's premier division, a Cuban who also packs a well-schooled and well-rounded punch of his own, and a man hoping and very capable of producing another seismic shift amongst the heavyweights. Please click thumbs up, subscribe, and press the bell button if you're new to the channel, as we take a closer look at a must-see heavyweight showdown that goes much further than power versus power. We see Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder taking on Luis King Kong Ortiz. Welcome to a Motivedia presentation. This video is sponsored by Luxury Bazaar, a place where you'll find the world's most luxurious brands of watches, jewelry, and accessories at knockout prices. The link will be in the description so you too can bring that winning feeling to your holiday season. Whilst boxing constantly welcomes new talents and heavy hitters, nobody brings the noise like the man who packs the sport's single most powerful punch.
Deontay Wilder, is this the best heavyweight in the world?
And after all the talk 6 months ago, we saw exactly why, as he blitzed fellow American Dominic Breazeale in emphatic fashion.
It's like getting hit by a bullet. It doesn't hurt. You're just on the ground and your body doesn't work.
Now eyeing up the legacy fights of his career, the prime 34-year-old Alabama native has no time to waste. And whilst a February 2020 rematch with Tyson Fury looks on track, a unification bout against Joshua or Ruiz after their December mega fight may be just as likely.
I think Ruiz got all the motivation and confidence that he needed in the first fight. I mean, look at what his life has done.
The Ruiz fight especially, he says, would be more exciting, more dramatic, and much easier to make.
We now have a new, colorful character who can really fight in Andy Ruiz.
As of right now, Wilder remains focused on the task at hand, training out of his Tuscaloosa base with longtime trainer Jay Diaz. And whilst being the most dangerous in the division, the more scary thing is that he has the most room for improvement.
You gave me everything of you. Now, for as me, I can get better, you know.
With an unwavering self-belief after years of scrutiny over technique, the Bronze Bomber refuses to take a step backwards. And with his speed, heart, and reflexes, he moves closer and closer to becoming the one champion, one face, and one name of the current heavyweight era. Ortiz, on the other hand, brings the heavyweight division's most versatile package. And in the lead-up to the November clash, the hard-hitting Cuban southpaw is leaving nothing to chance. Leaving his home, family, and gym in Miami, he has spent the last 8 weeks in Las Vegas in an all-or-nothing environment. One that became increasingly apparent at his Halloween open workout, where he displayed a much leaner, war-ready physique. Since Wilder entered the first bout at his lowest weight since turning professional, conditioning could be crucial, something that cost him the first fight after a split-second lapse in concentration. Though this time around, Ortiz promises to be ready for the full 12, and using the Achilles heel of his arsenal, the counterpunch, he hopes to replicate Ruiz Jr.'s summer upset. Likewise, a feat that would crown him the first Cuban-born heavyweight champion in history. King Kong showed how to catch and hurt the American before Fury revealed how to outbox him.
And a nod to Wilder as much as to say, yeah, you're outboxed there.
So with his 10-year-old daughter, who suffers from a rare skin condition, as his motivation outside the ring, now could be as perfect of a time as any to see yet another heavyweight earthquake.
Knockout win for Luis Ortiz.
The two are very different in almost all aspects, technically, tactically, and anatomically. Though, in their differences, they square up very similarly to the Joshua and Ruiz scenario, where Ruiz actually conceded an extra inch in height and 3 in reach. Also, with age significantly on his side, Wilder comes in 6 years younger than his Cuban counterpart, something that could make all the difference.
And you can mark it down. Ortiz will be in the best shape of his entire life.
Like many Cuban amateur stars, Ortiz got a late professional start, whereby Wilder has 18 months and 10 fights more experience in the professional ranks. Though, with a gleaming 343-19 amateur campaign, King Kong is by far the more schooled and technically blessed of the two. Ortiz's only loss was in the first bout, whereas Wilder is yet to taste defeat, despite his controversial result this time last year.
Decision draw.
Last time out, for the majority of the fight, Ortiz looked relatively comfortable, keeping a good distance and managing to capitalize from any recklessness on Wilder's part by countering effectively. So effectively that in the 7th, with half a minute to go, he almost ruined the entire party. Buckling his knees and putting relentless pressure on the champion, Ortiz smelt blood.
Ortiz gave everything he has. He's exhausted right now. He has taken his shot, and he did not get what he wanted. Now it's our time.
A factor that, knowing he can hurt Wilder, makes the second fight all the more interesting. Though, as often the case, whenever he was hit clean by Deontay, he stayed hit, just like everyone else.
He is Deontay Wilder.
After going down 3 times, it seems easier for Wilder to score a highlight reel knockout in the rematch than for Ortiz to find the upset.
I think the second fight is going to be a lot easier for him.
Especially since, despite racking up 3 convincing wins, the Cuban hasn't looked overly impressive in the last 18 months.
I say I'm the best. They say he the best. And this is what boxing is all about. The best. Fighting the best.
However, as always, in the thriving minefield of big hitters that we know as the heavyweight division, a single punch can change everything. And with an undeniable mutual respect between 2 men fighting for their daughters, the dangers remain very real, and there are simply no margins for error.
When
you ready? When are you ready?
I'm ready.
Wilder cannot afford to miss his power punches, and Ortiz cannot afford to switch off for a split second. So nearing the end of 2019, with all the belts up in the air, will we see another trademark shutout or an astounding heavyweight upset?
Ortiz looks over at Deontay Wilder right now, and oh my goodness!
Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. Chris McKee is becoming famous in the boxing world for what he's doing outside the ring. He's not only got the guts, he's got the reach and the coverage to impress a lot of people. If you have the stomach for it, if it's technicolor and free-flowing, it must be a Motivedia presentation.